few years ago, I found myself in the kitchen at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday night in December. I had flour in my hair, tape stuck to my sweater, half-wrapped presents scattered all over the counter, and a sink full of gingerbread pans soaking behind me. And there I stood, exhausted, overwhelmed, asking myself, why doesn't this feel magical? Isn't this supposed to be, it's supposed to be magical this time of year? But I had done it. And you have too. I had said yes to everything, the parties, the baking, the handmade gifts, the volunteering, because I wanted my family to have that picture perfect Christmas. But the truth, my family didn't see a magical mom. They saw a tired, snappy, rushing around kind of mom. I was creating memories, but not actually present for any of them. That night it hit me. Maybe the cost of trying to make magic is too high when it costs me my peace. Today on the podcast, I want to offer you 3 ways to slow down this season. And these aren't just Christmas ideas. They work any time of year, whenever life gets too fast or too heavy. Point number 1, slow your mornings. Regulate yourself first. Let's start with mornings, because if the morning is frantic, the entire day wobbles. It is a thing. The first 20 minutes of your day sets you up for success. One of my clients shared a moment with me that completely shifted her parenting. She said, my daughter was slow every morning, slow putting on socks, slow brushing her teeth, slow getting out the door. And I was frustrated every day because we were late. Then she paused and said, this broke her heart. She said, I realized she wasn't trying to be difficult. She was trying to keep up with me. That's hard. Kids aren't wired to go fast in the morning. Their brains are still waking up. Their little nervous systems are still settling. Their bodies are slow. We expect them to match our adult pace, but that's simply not how they're built, especially first thing. And let's remember, at Christmas time, even more. They didn't sign up for all this, right? This mom made one simple change. She started waking up 10 minutes earlier and committed to speaking softly instead of urgently. No more barking orders from the kitchen. No more rushing energy. She told me later, everything changed. It wasn't my daughter who needed to move faster. It was me who needed to slow down and move calmer. That's the heart of slow mornings. You can't expect your kids to be regulated when you're not. You can't ask them to calm down when you're spinning inside. A slower morning sets the tone for the whole day, and you can give yourself permission to protect those first few minutes from chaos. This isn't just a Christmas thing. This is a life thing. So I want you to work on this. What would it mean for you to get up 10 minutes before your kids so that you could be regulated and calm? What do you need to do the night before? What do you need to prepare ahead of time so you're not rushing around the house? What do you need to do so that when you see your kids, when they wake up, they can see delight in your eyes, that you can say, oh, I'm so happy to see you. We're going to have a great day. What would it take for that? Christmas time or any time to slow down your mornings and to restart the first 20 minutes of your day. That's the first point, to slow down your life and to be more calm. Point number 2 is to ditch traditions. We want to keep the culture, but not at the cost of family life. Let's talk about traditions. We women, especially moms, tend to create a season full of plans. We plan the baking, the special crafts, the class gifts, the volunteering, the outings, the neighbor gifts, and then we expect the family to happily follow along as if they signed some imaginary agreement to participate in all of it. And then we get mad when it doesn't go right. Our kids didn't sign up for this. They didn't ask for 5 Christmas crafts and a handmade gingerbread house. They want calm. They want presence. They want us, not the program, not the Pinterest. A friend of mine made her grandmother's Black Forest cake every year because that's what grandma did. The recipe was complicated, time-consuming, and honestly kind of stressful, but she kept doing it because she believed that's how you honor tradition. Last Christmas, she was 3 steps in. Cherries were boiling, chocolate everywhere, and she just burst into tears over the mixing bowl. She didn't want the cake. She missed her grandma. That's when she realized somewhere along the way, tradition had become obligation. So she stopped. She washed her hands. And that night she sat with her family on the couch eating store-bought cookies and telling stories about grandma. Culture is the heart of the tradition. We need to focus on that. My friend told me it was the first time in years she actually felt close to her grandma. So I want you to ditch the traditions, keep the culture. The tradition is the task. It's the thing you think you have to do. The culture is the meaning, the heart behind it. The culture matters. Tradition says we always bake this cake because that's what grandma did. Culture says, how do we want to honor grandma this year? And it can change. Some years the tradition will fit. Some years it won't. You are allowed to choose. I give you permission to ditch the traditions. Isn't that a relief? Point 3, to help you slow down is notice the pockets. The third way to slow down this season is to look for pockets. These are small, unexpected moments of connection, joy, and peace. After one of my speaking events, a woman came up to me and said, "Your talk made me realize my favorite Christmas moment wasn't anything I planned." She said it was a tiny moment. Driving home from errands with her teenage son, the kind of kid who barely talks. You ask him how his day was and he grunts at you. Yeah, fine, good. He was looking out the window at the lights, and out of nowhere he said, "Mom, I actually love Christmas. I love when it's just us." That's it. A 5-second moment, a pocket. She told me I almost missed it because I was thinking about all the things I still needed to do. And she's right. We've all done that. We're so busy orchestrating the big memories that we forget the real magic happens in the pockets, the small moments, the unplanned moments, the moments that sneak up on us when we're not rushing. You don't need a perfect day to have a perfect moment. You just need to be present enough to notice it. What are some pockets of time, some things that you want to look for? Something you can do to be intentional about finding those pockets is right now, I want you to think about the feeling you love in your home. And for you, it could be joy, laughter, a belly laugh. When you can't breathe, you're laughing so hard. Maybe it's peace and contentment, snuggling on a couch in front of a fire, maybe watching a Hallmark movie together. Maybe it's going to church on Christmas Eve. Maybe it's sitting around a table enjoying a wonderful meal. What is that feeling you love? And I want you to be intentional about looking for that. It's going to be moments, pockets, the feeling. That feeling might not happen around the table, but you know that feeling you love. And I just want you to pay attention to when you get it. It might be a car ride. It might be running errands and stopping for a coffee and a donut somewhere along the way. Whatever that looks like for you, I want you to be intentional about those moments in time and then notice them, revel in them, take a breath, close your eyes and say, "This is what I love." Tell your family, this is the feeling. It's a bit of a joke in my house because I do that. And so now even my grown kids will stop and be like, "Oh, hey, Mom, this is the feeling you want in your home. This is your dream." And that's okay. I don't mind at all. That is my dream. So I want you to be intentional about looking for those pockets of time, joy, peace, connection. Those are 3 ways to slow down this season and always. Number 1, slow your mornings. Calm yourself so that your kids can follow your lead. Number 2, ditch the traditions. Keep the culture, the meaning, the heart, and let go of anything that feels heavy this year. And 3, notice the pockets, because the magic isn't in doing more, it's in noticing more. You don't have to create a perfect Christmas. You just have to be present for the one you actually have. As always, I'd love your feedback. Let me know how this fits into your life, what you are doing to incorporate those 3 things. It's Jenn with Families Matter Most, and I pray a blessing over you, your family. I pray that you have lots of moments that feel magical this year, and not because of the work you're doing, but because you are just being present. Thanks for listening to the podcast.